Barbara Magoha, my brother President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, the clergy, fellow Mourners, hamjambo. We've come to pay tribute and farewell to a great Kenyan. And I want to say without fear of contradiction that right inside that coffin lies a great man. We have come because of the tragedy that has befallen us. Shakespeare said in Julius Caesar that cowards die many times before their death, but the brave do not taste of death but once. So let it be with George. A lot has already been said about George, and I want to basically confirm that everything that has been said about George is true. I came to know George when he was still a young man, because his elder brother was spoken here, John Obaretula Udalonyo More. We mokmede moro. These are the people who received me when I came back from Europe, in Nairobi. John, his other late cousin Rangela Odundo, Michael Kinyanyi, Javan Chavanga, Okach Woodmon Bondo. Those are the people who received me in Nairobi and showed me the way of Nairobi. They're the ones who took me to the Ngong races, Kupiga Farasi. And it is through that relationship that I got to know Professor. He was then a student at the Stanford College, and a very diligent student, as you can see from his record. He excelled academically, but he was a very, very humble person. Humility was his way of life. He recognized everybody. Some people say that Magoha was arrogant. I say no. Magoha was just a straight talking person. And if people don't like sometimes to hear the truth, he will say it the way he's saying it. You love it or not, but you will say it. And he has excelled, as we have seen, wherever he's been, wherever he has gone to. That's why when my brother one time asked me, what do you think about this man? Do you think he can make a good minister for education? I had no hesitation saying, yes, this fellow will not disappoint you. And he did, as the president is going to confirm to you, he did not disappoint in that position. He has done a lot of things in his career as a medical doctor, as a teacher, and as a minister. So all those are actually recorded there. I don't want to repeat them. But it was something, and people were actually, some of his colleagues around say, oh, Magoha is not helping us. He's not helping the Luos in the field of academia. Magoha would say that, look, I don't need to help Luos. The only way I can help Luos is ensuring that there is level playing field. There's no cheating in examinations. And the Luos will excel. Given opportunity, equal opportunity, will excel. So I want to give equality, set a standard for each and every Kenyan child to be able to acquire quality education. And this he did very well. So I am proud to have been associated with Magoha. As you've been told, their mother comes from my village. I used to call him Uruhaya. Uruhaya. And he has been somebody who is rare in his words, is speaks very, very few words, but he does more things, and what he does has been seen. That's why I'm happy that so many people have come today here to witness his last wedding. And we've given an honor that is given to a Luo hero. A Luo hero is mourned the way we have mourned it. The Nigerians, they will tell you, because they also do the same thing in their own country, that if you want to see, you know how this is done, there's a book written by the late Paramount Chief Palmboya, Medwung Otho. How do you mourn him? And that is how we have mourned him today, as a great hero of the Luo community. This place, as we've already been told, is the citadel of education in Luo land. The late Paramount Chief Odinga Kango, the pioneer of education here. And because of that, the Game people went to school much earlier than other people. And the other time, very proud that in the Game we are teeming with intellectuals. People don't throw stones. But if you throw a stone, you're likely to hit a professor or a doctor or a lawyer. But I think these days other parts of the world have also caught up. It's okay. But that's why I'm also proud to be a son-in-law here. Okan Gibichinaka, Gimernabi, Gioshinabi, Okamano. Miana Kawuna more, Biumuna Bedu Kudukuno, Kawako Wudumrandiga. Oko Wudumrandiga. Kawuno Kawachwichi Mangain. Abulos go to sing Machielo. Abulos sing Machielo. To you. Eh? Eh? Hello? Hello? Ogen tiwi nyariyo. Moro tilungo ni ajula julu. To moro lungo ni hunduwe. Ajula julu kibina ajula julu nise kupanonyo wala. To otemo nango. Okosiemo. No nyiso kamano. To hunde beriambo. Hunde beriambo. Ajula julu incho wacho nyiso kupanonyo oluwe. To hunde bende. Okoye kuhunde be wacho. Hunde be wacho koso. Emo miyanu kadwa na los kawuono. Kawuoyi wadu pudi amen. Tikone na yie. Miyakori. Wayi kodi. Okamano. Oka no pudi amen koso. Oka no pudi amen. Oka no pudi amen. Tokene wayi. Okene wayi. Tokene na modi. Okene no kakopin. Okene no kakopin. Aburo rosu kudu bangeda mange yime kuchi. Ana wacho jothuro kama ontieni wani akere keke. Jawamu chumo tegno. Chumo tegno ni kijange kumadu wanu madhiye. Kamadu wanu madhiye ni wuth mutegno. Okodwa jimandoke. Okodwa jimandoke. Uinja yothurwa. Uinja. Wadi yadiyaka kama di changi ni wadi chopu. Tandoke odi kitengi. Imathundi madana gudu kende. Uye kamano. Uthura uye. Kura muna kawa tuloni. So that I can invite another friend of Professor, my brother, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta.
Asante sana. The clergy that is leading us in today's celebration, Mama Dr. Barbara Magoha, your wonderful son Dr. Michael and his wife, the extended Magoha family, my brother, my friend, my party leader, Honorable Raila Odinga, fellow mourners, we are here to join you today to celebrate the life of a great son of this country. Professor George Magoha was a man that many may say was before his time. A man committed to education, a man committed to enlightenment, a man who neither saw color, tribe, region, or country, but saw each and every person as his brother and sister, entitled to equality, not only before the eyes of God, but in law, and most importantly, for Professor Magoha, in terms of access to education. I had an opportunity to work with Professor Magoha. I had an opportunity to interact severally with Professor Magoha, especially at a time when we were going through very difficult times in the education sector. Many of you will recall the numerous cases of exam cheating that used to take place. And when Magoha's term as Vice Chancellor of Nairobi University came to an end, I requested him, because of what I had seen in terms of his contribution to Nairobi University, to take on the role of heading the National Examination Council. And under his leadership, at that time, together with Professor Matiang'i, they saw the eradication of cheating in our national exams. And they brought sanity and quality back to exams and to our education system. Hiyo kazi yote ilikuwa ya huyu mzee ambaye amelala hapa mbele yetu. As if that was not enough, we continued to work together. When I appointed him as the Cabinet Secretary for Education. And again, a milestone for Kenya under his leadership of the ministry. For the very first time, and the first country in sub-Saharan Africa, Magoha managed to move the transition rate from primary to secondary education to 100%. Kazi ya huyu mzee ambaye amelala hapa. Making sure that no child was left without an opportunity for education, making sure that no child ended his education in standard 8 because of lack of fees or facilities. That was his commitment to education. That was his commitment to the children of this country. He went further, and as minister, working with his colleagues in East Africa, proceeded to work to develop curricula, to develop standards for universities that are now emulated not only in the East African community, but also in other countries like Malawi and Zambia and others who wanted to learn from him. But more importantly, as I said the other day, he also took on the challenge of refreshing our curriculum to make it better suited to help our children face the challenges of the future. And this he did not because of politics, but because he believed in it. And if truly what everybody has said here is what they mean, because I have sat and listened to so many eulogies here about what a wonderful man lies before us today, what a great giant lies before us today, then implement what he started and let this country benefit from what he worked so hard to achieve. Less politics and more work. That is who Magoha was. And that is what we shall remember of him. And for us, we have lost a friend, we have lost a partner, we have lost a colleague, and we have lost a great giant of this country. And ours today is just to stand with you, Mama Barbara, to stand with your family, to stand with the extended family, the same way Magoha stood with us. We shall also stand with you to the very end. To the people of Gem, be proud to have produced giants such as the one who lies before us. And you are known to produce them. So musilale, muendelee na kazi, mutuletee wengine, na wengine, na wengine. Tujenge taifa letu la Kenya. Ama namna gani? Tumekubaliana? Na vile Magoha aliishi, vile nimesema, bila kuangalia kabila, bila kuangalia dini, bila kuangalia rangi. Hata bibi ametembea, ametoa kule Nigeria, ametuletea hapa. Viongozi, tuache ukabila, tupendane kama Wakenya, tujenge nchi yetu pamoja na tuweze kujadiliana pamoja, tuwe na Kenya ambaye itakuwa ya kufana na ambaye kila Mkenya anatoshea na kila Mkenya anafurahia. Ama ni namna gani wenzangu? Ni hivyo. Hiyo ndiyo njia ya kumkumbuka ndugu yetu, rafiki yetu, na tunauliza Mwenyezi Mungu amlaze pahali pema, Mwenyezi Mungu amurehemu, Mwenyezi Mungu aendelee kubariki familia yake, jamii yake, wananchi wa Gem na wananchi wa Kenya kwa jumla. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much.
Finally, thank you, Your Excellency, for your very gracious remarks about our brother, our departed brother. Dr. Michael Magoha and your beautiful wife, who I met. Michael, I have nothing to say. It's your turn now.
Hi. Oh wow, there are so many people here. Clergy, distinguished guests, fellow mourners. If I could have your attention for a bit. I've been struggling to come here, but this time I do realize I prayed for this, and I realized he would want me to say something. So this would be for me. This would be what he would want me to tell you at this point. And it might offend some, it might be boring for others, but you'll know that it's coming from him. So, the first thing I keep hearing, you know this is not supposed to be a political event, but the reason is people forget the reason why my father would say that. It's because deep down, and it has been said before, he believed everybody was the same. And he thought things like politics, tribe, all of that stopped people from being the best version of themselves. He thought that if anybody ever focused on that, they forgot on just doing what they're supposed to do and being the best version of themselves. So that's one thing I'm happy that everybody's here, and you can tell, those who remember him, those who spend time with him, they always say it always comes back, and for that, I'm very grateful and very respectful. So that's the first thing. There are two things I have to say. Sorry, let me calm down. So there are three types of knowledge. There's explicit knowledge. This is where somebody has to tell you directly what to do. This is what you expect all the time. Somebody comes and tells you, do this, do this, do this. And you think you'll be learning. The second is implicit knowledge. This you're not told. This you watch, you look around, and you learn what to do. You learn how to react. You learn how to carry yourself. And then the last one, which has really hit me of late, is tacit knowledge. Tacit knowledge, you will be told time and time again by many different people, but you don't realize how important it is until you are there at that time. And that keeps on coming. And I think that was the strength of my father. It's because he was brash, he was straightforward, he was not perfect, but he taught me it doesn't matter what a person is. What matters at the end of the day is what they do. And I'll repeat the same thing that I want you to take back. He always let everybody be the best version of themselves. If he ever saw you be a bit better, he would never let you go back. He would shout at you, he would tell you this, he would challenge you. If anything happened in your life, he completely switched and tried to help you come back up. And with that, he got very many different strange friends, and I think that that's a blessing. And that's the second thing that I want to say. And the last thing which keeps on coming is this idea of shoes to fill, etc. What's very strange is I've known my father through many different phases. But it seems the one that people will remember is the cabinet secretary, because that was the last one towards the end. But I remember of all of his different phases, the things that excited him were never the position. The thing that excited him was the ability to do something. And I remember this story came to me yesterday, and I started smiling. Was the first time the results came out, and he got the call when he found out where the number one came from. And I can't remember, it was this young girl. And I remember he was with me at the time, and he was so happy, because it has been said here, it's because he was able to give somebody a chance. And I think that's what needs to be remembered. He believed everybody was the same, and he always believed he would fight to give you the chance to do as much as you can for everyone. And I think everybody should try and remember that as we keep moving. And with the last thing, and this goes to everybody from all walks of life, anybody who's here, and this is the thing I keep hearing his voice that would be telling me to say, is right now at this point, he wouldn't be too happy that everybody's focusing on the man. He would be happier in people focusing on the deeds. He would know that he was great, but what he would say is this, and he would tell me this: I understand it's well wishes if you keep telling me that I have big shoes to fill. He would laugh because he knows and he has trained me. That is not the point. The point is for me to do my best, and if I see if I can help, I will try and help and make everybody be equal. I know that's my job. But the point that everybody else is missing, don't focus on him. Focus on what he would want. And what he would want is very simple. I don't have big shoes to fill. We all have big shoes to fill. This is for all of you. Wherever you go, start now. Be honest, try your best, upset people, but be forthright. You don't have to be the best person in the world. You don't have to be the nicest person in the world. But you know what you can do? You can give everybody an equal chance in whatever it is that you do. And if you do that, you will be honoring the memory of my father. So thank you all.
I'm going to ask the choir to give us a small interlude of music as I acknowledge what Dr. Michael Magoha has just said. Among the celebrants here, with your permission,